Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. For today's video, we are going to go through every top 2019 NBA free agent's biggest red flags. So this is an article by Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report. Basically, guys, we're going to look at all the headlines of all these players, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on if I really think it's like a big, huge red flag, or if it's just like a minor issue, or really something that shouldn't be paid attention to. So if you guys could do me a quick favor and please drop a like on this video, man. Help me get this video to 1,000 likes, bro. Would be greatly appreciated. It really helps to grow the channel, everything. And as always, guys, I am posting every single day over on my second channel, Extra Crispy. Link to that in the description below. Also, as always, man, link to the article in the description of the video. All right, man, here we go. So we're gonna have like some honorable mentions right here, and I'm gonna give you guys like my quick analysis on them, just cause I don't want to go, spend too much time on the honorable mentions. So we got Malcolm Brogdon, restricted free agency. Yeah, only issue with that is if you want to get him from the Milwaukee Bucks, you are gonna have to overpay, because if it's a good deal, then the Bucks are simply going to match it. So if you think Malcolm Brogdon is worth it, he is a former rookie of the year, then you can toss him a lot of money, and the Bucks probably would not match. DeMarcus Cousins' health, I mean, that one's kind of self-explanatory. You know, he's going to be 29 years of age. It's a lower body injury for a 7-foot player, around 7 foot. And, yeah, we don't really know, man. We haven't seen, like, DeMarcus Cousins return to complete form with the Golden State Warriors. D-Lo, you got defensive issues out there. So I don't think that's like a huge deal, because if you pair him with like a Patrick Beverley type of player or somebody like that, then it's fine. Now at the same time, I am hearing like rumors of D-Lo and Kyrie Irving in the backcourt together for the Brooklyn Nets. That could be get a little shady out there, but I don't know, man. I think defense, a lot of it is just a matter of commitment, and I do think defense can be coachable to some extent. For Kristaps Porzingis, we have perception versus reality. So the perception is that Kristaps is going to go on the Dallas Mavericks, and he's going to be like the next Dirk Nowitzki, because that's, of course, he was compared to a lot out of, when he was, I wasn't really college basketball, playing overseas and stuff like that, man. So before he was drafted to the NBA. So yeah, I mean, in reality, he is 7'3". He is somebody that's had a huge injury blow to his NBA career. We don't know how exactly that is going to affect Kristaps Porzingis. All right, here we go. So now we get listed to like the top 10 right here. I guess you would probably say, I guess you want to say like the top 10 red flags, maybe, because it's not really the top 10 free agents, wouldn't say. But Chris Middleton, they are saying untested as a #1 option. And I don't think this is a red flag at all, because I don't think there's a single NBA team out there that is going to draft Chris Middleton with the mindset that they want him to be the leader of the team. I feel like what makes Chris Middleton so great and worth, a pretty damn good sized contract is that he knows his role. He knows how to be that second or third guy on a team, and he knows kind of to stay in his lane, which a lot of times, man, when you get really good NBA players or all-stars, they have egos to them. I don't think Chris Middleton has that type of ego. I personally want to see him go back to Milwaukee, because, he might just be a player that works in the system with Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. He might go to a different team. Maybe it's not the same type of result out there. Now, at the same time, I could see Chris Middleton going to like a Miami Heat or a Clippers situation, where it's just like a team filled with really good players. Doesn't quite have that all-star or superstar player, but he goes out there and kind of plays like a Gallinari role, where he gets his 20 points per game. I mean, sure, they're not going to win a championship, but he's going to get his numbers, and I think he definitely could fit well in that type of role. It's just not really what you're looking for if you're looking for a championship contending type of player, man, or team utilized in the NBA offseason there, man. So I really want to see Chris Middleton just go to a team or stay with the Bucks, where he can kind of continue the role that he's made a career for himself doing. Next up, we have Tobias Harris and defense. So, I've seen Tobias Harris play quite a bit, because, of course, being a Pistons fan, I've seen him on that team a lot, on the Clippers and 76ers. I feel like he does so many other great things out there from a, shooting standpoint. I mean, he had his best season shooting-wise, and I think he's a decent rebounder. I mean, he's 6'9", can run the floor at that power forward spot, can also play the 3 spot if needed. I don't feel like the defense is also like that big of an issue. Once again, it's just a matter of putting him in the right circumstance, and I do think that circumstance would have to be the Utah Jazz. Because the Utah Jazz were the #1 defensive team in the NBA, so I mean, you insert him in there, and the rest of the guys on that team is going to kind of make up for what Tobias Harris lacks. But at the same time, man, it's like he would be the perfect 4 alongside Rudy Gobert, and he's going to give them something that team I think needs to get to the next level, man. That 4 spot, him and Gobert would be absolutely beastly. I really hope he goes to the Utah Jazz. It's literally the perfect fit. I can't think of like a more perfect fit out there than Tobias playing with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. So hopefully that does happen, and I feel like the defensive savviness of the Utah Jazz will kind of make up for Tobias Harris liking it. And I wouldn't even say he's like that bad, is he? Like, is he really that bad at defense? I mean, I'm sure the statistics probably say so. Otherwise, this isn't going to be on here. So it says right here, in theory, Harris should be a decent defender. He has the size and athleticism to cover multiple positions, near must in today's NBA, but his consistency and awareness still have a long way to go. So who knows? Maybe he learns that. Next up, we have Vucevic, a contract year boost. So this is basically saying he had his best season, his all-star season, because he was playing for a contract. And once he gets that money, maybe he'll kind of fall back a little bit. So I think that's kind of insulting, man, because yes, it does happen, but I think Vucevic is the real deal. I think this guy's a great basketball player. I think there's a lot of different systems in this era of basketball that he could definitely work in. Now, I don't think it's a matter of talent. I think it's a matter of he's played for the Orlando Magic pretty much his entire career. I think his rookie season, he was on the 76ers. And I've said this before about Vucevic, that he might be a simple product of the system where it's just like he's been around the system for so long on the Magic that he's finally just reached its max potential as a basketball player. So all of a sudden you put him on the Dallas Mavericks, you put him on the Sacramento Kings, you put him on a team where he has to learn a new system, learn chemistry with new teammates. You could see a dip in the numbers. That's just kind of how it is sometimes. So would I give him a max contract? Probably not, but I do think that he could work out on different teams, maybe just not expect totally what he did for the Orlando Magic last NBA season. Now, if he stays on the Magic, that's fine too, but with that being said, they would need to trade Mo Bamba and kind of build around Vucevic to some extent. So yeah, career year, I think that's kind of BS. I would say more so just the system he plays in would probably be the bigger red flag. Next up, we have Al Horford and Age. So he does have a player option, I presume. I think it's like $30 million. Al Horford, we kind of know what we get from him at this point. That's a guy that's going to do a little bit of scoring, a little bit of rebounding, and, play a lot of defense out there. So I think that's the scary part, is that you could see the defense decline a little bit as the athleticism declines. Now, is that going to be a huge jump over, from this past season to the next season? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, you might see it a little bit, but that's just kind of how the nature of basketball. So I don't think his age is going to absolutely kill his game, but I could see it regress a little bit. How do you kind of counter that? You go out there and you sign a decent backup center. I mean, right now I think they have like Aaron Baines or a few other guys out there that just aren't really all that great backup centers. But Al Horford, just get him that and it'll be good to go. I mean, there's veterans out there. There's guys that you could definitely afford to do that with, or maybe it's as simple as trading somebody away and getting somebody like that back in return. So yeah, I don't think it'll be that big of an issue. Next up, we have Jimmy Butler and mileage. So I guess by mileage, this just means how much he's played over his NBA career. No, this one's stupid. I'm going to say it straight. This one's stupid. Jimmy Butler, I don't think has mileage on him. He hasn't shown any signs of regressing whatsoever. Jimmy Butler's an absolute workhorse. If you sign him to your team, he's gonna give it his all, plain and simple, man. Unless it's like the Timberwolves and that whole awkward situation. But no, mileage, hell no, not at this point. Now, I guess you can say if you signed him to like a max contract for like 4 seasons, then maybe towards the tail end you could look at a bit of regression. But that just means signing him to the right team. Maybe a team that's rebuilding like the New York Knicks, or I don't really want to say the Lakers, but even the Lakers wouldn't be a bad fit, assuming they don't trade away all their pieces for Anthony Davis. But even if they do so, man, it's like by the time Jimmy Butler gets to the end of this contract, like let's say they get an Anthony Davis, I mean, AD is still going to be like 28, 29 years of age, and Jimmy does not need to be the number 1 option. If you're going to sign Jimmy to be a number 1 option, this is an issue. But if you're signing to be that second or third option, or you get him to a young team where in a few years those young guys are able to take over, I think you're probably good to go. Next up, we have Kemba Walker's size. Once again, ridiculous, man. Has Kemba Walker at any point in his NBA career shown us that his size is an issue? Is this man who's literally put the Charlotte Hornets on his damn back his entire career shown us that size has been an issue? No, not at all. If anything, you want to say Kemba Walker is that, can he take a more limited role? I think that's what you need to say about Kemba Walker, man. His size has nothing. That's like saying Isaiah Thomas back when he dropped 30 points for the Boston Celtics. Oh, damn, dude, but that size, if he was damn 2 inches taller, he would have been dropping 40 or 50 a game. No, man. Kemba Walker's a fine player. It's a matter if he can, because if you give him a max contract, that's usually you have about 1 or 2 max contracts you can give out, per team. So I mean, can he be that first, second, or third option on a team to win a championship? I mean, first option, I'm going to say no. Second option depends on the first. If it's LeBron James, I would say it's definitely possible. If it's third option, hell yeah, man, if you can find the right other players to put around him. But blaming on size, ridiculous. Next up, we have Klay Thompson. Can he carry an offense? I think this has been the big question about Klay Thompson his entire NBA career, because he's always had Stephen Curry or Kevin Durant to kind of fall back on. But I mean, Klay Thompson, one of the best shooting guards of all time. So in his role, he's dominant, right? Now, I think it's the same circumstance, kind of where it's like it depends on which team he goes to. I mean, could he be the first option on the Clippers? I do think so. I think in that scenario, because there's so much other, like, just not amazing talent, but really good talent, where I think it would kind of even out. Now, if you asked him, like let's say Kemba Walker went to a different team, and then you have Klay Thompson on the Charlotte Hornets with no other talent, well then yeah, he won't put his numbers. He's going to be shooting the most, but he's not really going to lead them anywhere. So it's all about circumstance, man. I think that's the big thing when it comes to Klay Thompson. Next up, we have Kyrie Irving and leadership. Yeah, this is a good one, man. I mean, there's a reason he wants to play with LeBron James again, because he respects what LeBron James did after filling that role of being the leader of the Boston Celtics, where I hate to say it, man, he kind of failed at doing. Not saying he's a bad player, he's not. But some players just relish under the opportunity to just go out there and focus on basketball and not the rest of the BS out there that your LeBron Jameses of the world have to deal with. So, yeah, I mean, if he goes to the Brooklyn Nets, he's going to ask to be a leader of that team. Does he have it in him? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think his best circumstance is being a second option with a really good veteran as number one option, like LeBron James. I mean, or at least have another player out there where you can share the leadership responsibilities with. And, you know, based off D'Angelo Russell and kind of some of his immaturities out there, I don't think that would be him. So that definitely could be a red flag. Next up, we have Kawhi Leonard health. He hasn't really given any big indications in 2019 that he's going to have injury issues anymore. I mean, yeah, you always risk injury in the game of basketball. I guess maybe you could bring up a past injury, but I would not give Kawhi Leonard a max contract because of his former health issues. If it happens, it happens. It sucks, but that's the game of basketball. But that's not really a big concern of mine personally. And then finally, we have Kevin Durant age. So I think this article was written before the big injury of Kevin Durant. Making the video, I still don't know how bad it is. But yeah, man, age for Kevin Durant, you know, when it comes to KD, it's going to be about adapting. Is he always going to be extremely athletic over everybody? No, he's not. But as he gets older, he's a 7-footer that can freaking shoot lights out. That's not going to go anywhere, man. Dirk Nowitzki, 7-footer that can shoot lights out, played till he was damn 40 years old. I don't see any reason why Kevin Durant can't do that. Now, is he always going to be able to be like the number one option? You know, eventually, probably not. I mean, you know, that's just how it is with age. It's like eventually you kind of have to take like a back seat to a new up-and-coming all-star in the NBA, and I feel like Durant would be fine doing that. It's just all about how he changes his game, and I definitely think he will over time, and I think he's going to have long-term success. So yes, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. As always, I love making these. They're always extremely fun, just looking at the different, you know, just giving the different topics out here and being able to talk about them in this kind of setting. Absolutely love doing that, guys. But yeah, man, if you guys can do me a quick favor and drop a like on this video, be sure to drop, man, I miss on my outro, bro. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel. Give me your thoughts about all this in the comment section below. Peace out, my friends.